Hey, what's up guys? It's Ben Minot here today with another video. And today we're going to do a shoe review. Haven't done one of these in um, a long time, really, I think. Like, it's been a long time since I've done a shoe review. So, today we have the Flaco 2 partnered with Chocolate Skateboards. Uh, yeah. So, let's just get this video started. Alright, so first off, these are I wear a size 9, but I accidentally got a size 9.5, which caused some problems, which I'll get on into later in the video, but for now, we're just going to introduce this shoe. Anyways, yeah, it's Lakai Flaco 2, partnered with Chocolate Skateboards. Alright, so I've been skating these shoes for about 2 weeks now. It basically only looks all that gray because yesterday I was skating in the rain. Probably shouldn't have been doing that. Probably waterlogged my board. But before it looked a lot white, a lot more white, something like that color. So don't be discouraged. Like, these look so good just right off the bat. All right, so these shoes are suede, and they get thicker and thicker by the end, or by the nose, and also thick by the heel. Uh, they also have this waffle thing. Well, it's not waffle, but it's. I think it's vulcanized. I'm not quite sure, but I'll get more into that later. Alright, so getting into the looks of the shoes, I just want to say these shoes look amazing. I think these shoes look so cool. Okay, so I really like this colorway. It's like red, white, and blue. I mean, it's turned into like gray at this point, but I think it looks so cool. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about in terms of the looks is actually the design of the tongue. It's super interesting, it's super cool, and like, this is kind of like a logo they've been going for lately um, for representing their brand, and I think it's just so dope. I also really like the outsole, and I think it contrasts well with the white. Like you've seen in my slow motion video, that like it just looks so cool when you're flicking the kickflip, and you just get that extra like flick where you can just see the top of the or the bottom of the shoe. And I also really love the Lakai logo, and I think it's such a cool logo, you know. And I love Lakai as a brand. I think Lakai is just it's such a cool brand. Next thing I want to get into in terms of look is also the insole. Like, you can see the inside, and it's basically the same little design here, but it's on the back. It says "Down to Destroy." You know, I'm always down to destroy. But yeah, that's basically the just how I feel about the looks. I'm gonna do like just a quick little pan. So it's like you got the upper suede in white, which is look cool, and then as you get into the middle shoe, you got the logo, which just looks so dope. And then to the back, you have the white or the red chocolate like heel cap thing. And then once you turn to the back, it's just really cool, like bright red, which just looks so good with the white and the navy blue. And then my personal favorite part is the tongue with the chocolate and the little symbols, which is just, you know, it's just a well-rounded looking shoe, and I really like it. So basically, that's the overview of the looks. All right, so next we're gonna get into feel, just the overall feel of the shoe. Now, overall, I really like the size of the shoe, but like what I was talking about earlier, I got a half size too big, so it shakes around a bunch, and when I skate, sometimes my shoe will fly off. Like, if I take some high impact and my legs go up or something, my shoes will probably come off. But yeah, that's basically like the main feeling. Is it feels well, it feels pretty tight around, but it's just a little bit wide, which is something that I kind of have a problem with. Like, I like just a little bit narrower. But for the most part, it's a cool feeling shoe. And I also like just the simplistic vibe around the shoe, like how it feels and stuff. Like, there's nothing crazy going on, and that's how I like my skate shoes. It's just like a nice suede nose cap and heel, and you know. So basically, that's how I feel about the looks. Actually, they kind of marketed something on their site. So in quotes, they mark the deluxe light sock liner, which I think is like this part, like the inside. They said the deluxe light sock liner uses premium foam and is designed with a deep contour heel and arc for superior comfort. So whatever the hell that means. But that's basically all for the feel of the shoe. Next, I'm gonna get into durability. So getting into durability, there's something I want to kind of address. In fact, I've been skating these shoes for about 2 weeks now, like almost every day, and they haven't ripped yet, which is super surprising. Usually I rip a shoe pretty quickly because my flick, at least when I'm doing kickflips, is rather heavy. So, and they haven't ripped yet. There's this little thing, which I'll talk about later, but it hasn't really affected my skating. So that's really good and that's really important to me. I usually rip around right there too, because that's where like my main flick is. So that'll probably rip soon. But for now, it's looking good. Alright, so like what I was saying with this, I did super glue my shoes yesterday just to keep them kind of durable for longer. And I've never done that before, and I'm kind of waiting to see what it's gonna be like. And currently I haven't skated them yet, super glued. So I'm just gonna see like how that turns out. But I have a feeling it's gonna be pretty well because with the old Louis, they really ripped up where it was being sewed, where like the sewing is, and I just kind of wanted to try to protect those areas because those are the weak spots, you know. Those where like the sewing's gonna rip. Okay, so the next thing I want to get into in terms of durability is the outsole. And again, I've been skating these shoes for two weeks now, and I like to skate smaller stair sets, primarily. And in terms of the impact I'm taking, these shoes they still look flawless for the outsole. So the outsole still looks flawless, even though I've been skating a couple hours a day, almost every day. But yeah, I just want to address that real quick because that usually doesn't happen. Like usually you'll have some wear at some point within like the first 2 weeks or so, but these still just look amazing. And that's honestly one of my favorite parts of the whole shoe is just the red outsole because it looks great and it feels great and it's just smooth on my feet and it's smooth on the board, and you know, it's just a cool, awesome part of the shoe. No, I have a couple problems with the durability actually. And the first problem is that the laces are quite low quality, if I may say so myself. Like both times that I ripped my laces is because I was actually trying to tie my shoe and I must have pulled too hard and it just tore. But it's also like because of skating, obviously. But these laces are kind of low quality. They rip a lot, and I tend to rip my laces again because I have a quite heavy flick. But that is one of the things that I would change about the shoe is just getting thicker laces. And also the second problem I have with the shoe is the location of the sewing. Now you can see that it's starting to open up right there, and that's why I super glued it. But I don't think that's the best place to sew shoes up because that's just like right in the battle zone of the flick. Like basically my flick is like from there to there, and it just comes across like that. And that is just right in the middle there, you know. And I'm willing to guess that where I'm gonna first tear my shoe is either gonna be along this lining or like right on the nose of the shoe. So those are just a couple problems I have with the durability, but overall I think it's a quite durable shoe. So yeah. Alright, so next I'm going to talk about impact, which it's a pretty important thing for me because I like skating stairs, and I've been skating more and more stairs lately. So what they marketed on their site was that, I'm just going to read it real quick. They say, the advanced Paramount outsole technology utilizes dual density cushioning to absorb high impacts. So I'm pretty sure that is a mixture of the insole and the outsole. And so it's basically, they say it's meant for high impact skating, which, to be fair, I would agree with. Compared to the Louis Lopez shoes that I last skated, like these take impact a lot better. I would say that the insole is a little bit thin. Like I'm thinking about getting some like jelly insoles or something like that just so I can take impact better. But the insole is just a tiny bit thin, I would think. Like, thinner than what I'm usually skating. But other than the Louis Lopez shoes, which I'll probably do a shoe review when I get that shoe next. But these shoes definitely take impact better than the Louis Lopez shoes, I would have to say. Okay, so next I'm gonna talk about board control. Now this is something I'm quite like, I don't really know the word, but because I have the shoes a half size too big, my board control is kind of all over the place, and I haven't really been able to kickflip as much lately, and like just do flat ground in general because these shoes are just slightly too big, and that's just the main problem with me skating these shoes. But in terms of what they had to say about their shoe, they say the hex tread design of the outsole combines 360-degree flexibility for increased board feel and maximum grip. So basically, they're saying that this gives you more board feel and grip, which I'd honestly probably have to agree with because these outsoles are just incredible. Like I said, they're amazing. So yeah, that's basically what they had to say about the shoe. Now I'm gonna get into some more like what I think about the personal board feel. Okay, so and like I said, like I personally think that this shoe like would be perfect for board feel if I had the right size, because this shoe is just a tad bit big for me, like I said, and my kickflips have been kind of off lately with the shoe because they're just a size bigger. But if I did have the right size, I think that this shoe would actually just be perfect for board control because it's already good, even though I've got a half size too big. But if it was like my actual size, then it'd be perfect. I'm so sure of this. And obviously, the more you skate it, the more comfortable your foot gets with it. Like when I first got this shoe, like I couldn't even kickflip. But you know, the more I started skating it, the more my foot got more comfortable. So, and then I was starting to be able to kickflip again and just do flat ground and play games of skate again. So basically, yeah. Even though it's only been 2 or 3 weeks since I've had this shoe, you know, I've had to deal with all of that and get used to it. And so that's where I'm kind of at with the board feel right now. Okay, so firstly, the reason I decided to get these shoes is just because I think they just look so cool. Like, they look dope as hell. Like, these shoes honestly, are some of the best looking shoes I've skated. Like, it's simplistic, but at the same time, it has its own style, especially with the tongue and the outsole and the heel and just the logo itself. And I think the shoe just looks great, and that's the first reason I decided to get them. You know, along with because they look like they skate well, and they really fit my like personality of skate shoes and like what I like to wear. And to my second point, I've been just trying to be less picky with the skate shoes that I've been skating and the brands I've been skating, and I've tried to been like deviating from like the three main corporate companies like Vans, Nike, and Adidas, especially with skating. Even though like Converse is pretty corporate, I still honestly Converse is just my favorite skate shoe company just out there, like without a doubt. But for the most part, that's why I got these shoes also, because I just for once I didn't want to skate the three main corporate companies, and I've had 2 pairs of Converse in a row, so I thought I would switch it up. So yeah, that's like the one part of it, but I'm also gonna get into some more stuff. Alright, so yeah, basically I've just been I think I've been just skating those 3 big corporate companies basically my whole skating experience, and I wanted to try something different. But there's one thing that I must say about these shoes and it's more of a me kind of thing, and it's less about how good these shoes actually are. But I feel like for my whole skating experience, every time I've gotten a new shoe, it's been better than the last shoe I skated. But I don't necessarily feel that way about this shoe. I think this shoe is great, but I think that the shoe I skated last, I think it was better. For example, back when I was skating the Busenitz Volks, the red ones I had 6 months ago, I was like, oh, these shoes are the best shoes I've ever skated. I'm gonna get another pair of these shoes because these shoes are amazing. But as soon as I got my hands on a pair of Converse shoes, especially the Louis Lopez, my whole world just opened up. I was just like, those shoes are just so much better than the last shoe I skated. But seeing that this is my most recent shoe, and the last shoe I skated was the Louis Lopez, the Louis Lopez shoe was my favorite shoe I've ever skated. ever. And I don't quite think that this shoe compares to that shoe. But this shoe is still good. But basically what I'm saying is this is the first time in my skateboarding experience where I've gotten a shoe that hasn't been better than the last shoe. So I probably wouldn't get this shoe again just for me. My next shoe will probably be the Louis Lopez or the Suchu ADVs or I think the Campus ADVs from Adidas. So yeah, that's basically what I just had to say. That, you know, this is the first time that that a shoe hasn't been better than the last one. So that's basically all I have to say about like why I got these shoes. I just wanted to have a new skateboarding shoe experience, you know. I've been skating the same 3 corporate shoes for the longest time, and I just wanted to change it up. So basically that's the big point of why I got these shoes, and that's one of like the big points of this video, you know. Is just don't be picky and go and try something new, you know. And that's what I did with this shoe. And you know, it's been a great shoe. I'm sorry I've been saying you know a lot. I just say it a lot. But this shoe is great. I love this shoe. It's not quite as good as the Louis Lopez, like I said, but I think for what it's got, it's got a lot of things in spades, but it also has a couple things not like the laces and, you know, where it is sewed up. But for the most part, I like the shoe. I think it's a good shoe, and it's really solid. It looks amazing, and yeah, that's basically the whole review wrapped up. I probably should have gone into more detail, but there's not much more I can say about this shoe. I think it's a good shoe. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so that's the review done. The Flaco 2 partnered with Chocolate Lakai shoes. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications down below. It's that little bell. But anyways, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Lately I've been trying to have a more professional look, especially with lighting. Like, I've been just trying to get lights around my house just to make everything like flatten out and just look good. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all later.